All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Buenos noches. My name is Bobby Smith. I'm a vice president of Power. We have some special guests on tonight, and our goal here tonight over the next 30 minutes is, as a guest tonight, everything is directed at you, to give you every reason why you would want to join our company. Somebody's invited you here. They're excited about it, and our goal is to walk you through who we are and what we do. So let's take you through it. We're going to cover our company, our model, the solution that we provided to the industry, and why you should leverage the Power platform, join our company, and be a part of the future of solar and renewable energy. You know, our company's been on a 5-year journey, and it's, do we have Melissa? Melissa, you off mute?
I am off mute.
Okay. So, it started with our CEO, Jonathan Budd. Jonathan made millions of dollars in his 20s. He's one of the top online marketers in the world. And, and we can start here, Melissa. We'll go back and forth. You've had a chance to know Mr. Budd, get to know him, our CEO. It's kind of cool, be friends with the CEO. So, I mean, what have you seen from the ingenuity at the top of this company, Jonathan's guidance of what we're doing?
Well, I have never seen a company that listens so closely to everyone out in the field. I've been in corporate America pretty much my entire life. And upon joining Power in 2016, I kind of was looking to make an impact. And I wanted to work with a different corporate structure. And I never thought that I'd call the CEO one of my best friends in life, or you, Bobby, where we talk about what we're doing in life together and our hikes and stuff. But I've never seen a company that reacted so quickly to whatever the field needs. They bring it to us, So when we have a problem, we give them a solution and they're on it. And the training and just the amount of interconnection with the corporate level with Power is by far, I've never seen anything like it. And I'm just beyond blessed every day that I get to work with such an amazing corporate structure as
Very
what we
cool. And again, we have nothing to do with corporate America, folks. This is entrepreneurship at its greatest. So Jonathan put up $1 million because he wanted to build a cleaner, better future for his children and started our company Power 5 years ago. And so we want to walk you through the journey of our company, how we started and, how we got, to where we are today. So if you look at that timeline and you look at the team we put together, so we put together a rather extraordinary corporate team. These are the best in software development. We were spending $100,000 a month building proprietary software, customer support, solar procurement, operations, accounting, finance. Brought the best trainers over from companies like Solar and Solar City and Tesla. And recently, our most recent hire, our COO, to take us public. Our company is to build a $1 billion company, have a $1 billion IPO in the next 3 years. We're a $100 million company today. And this is just the beginning. We haven't even scratched the surface. So a little journey of who we are. So again, started in 2014 with Jonathan. We partnered with the largest solar company in the world. And this is what I want you to understand. Everybody has opinions, but we've been vetted. If you're a guest here tonight, we've been vetted by the largest solar company in the world at that time, Solar City and Tesla, Elon Musk. We then transitioned from Solar City. We knew we couldn't grow with them. We knew they weren't the company for us. So we partnered with 100 of the top solar companies in the United States of America, which means their attorneys, their marketing people looked at our company and they decided they wanted to be a part of our model, basically the future of solar. We went online, we tested the crowd to see what they thought of our model. And we raised over 1.4 million in just a few weeks, breaking the world record. And we grew to thousands of members around the United States, Australia, and Canada, around the world. And then what happened was we started and we launched a game-changing model. So again, Melissa, in your experience from corporate America, I think I've seen companies that don't always make the right moves, or the moves aren't always for the customer or for the reps, they're for the corporation. How does that differ with Power as you've watched our model evolve over the last 5 years?
The biggest thing for me is that as we're all kind of brainstorming of like, oh, this could be better and this could be better, corporate side is always back saying, yes, we like that. They listen to the feedback. And then I think the biggest thing to me is the training that Power does and corporate does is it's just the level of training and the amount of knowledge that's available for anybody that wants it. It's there. And it's this relationship that is more than I've ever seen with what I came from the corporate America side.
Awesome. So, and here's what changed the game. What we did was, and you can keep the screen up, JB. We created the only fully transparent cost of goods model in the solar industry today. What does that mean? Where most companies hide the cost of goods, we show you the money. We show you every dollar in a deal, and we give you 70% of the net revenue, which and stock options, which is unheard of. We'll talk about that a little bit more when we get to the compensation plan. And Melissa, I know this is very important to you because I know, you live in a beautiful, pristine area. I know that the values, the community, the world is very important to you. Also maybe you could share again what you've experienced from the core values of our company, where the heart and soul of the company breathes.
Well, I'm going to touch on the stock options real quickly because I was backpacking this weekend in a beautiful area, and it's so important to me to have location freedom. And when I came back from backpacking, I had multiple emails of stock options that I had earned from what we had been doing with some installs. So I think that's pretty epic to be backpacking in remote areas and come out of there and not only find out that I had installs completed, but I had achieved stock options. And I'm going to say with corporate America, I did not have that. So that really means a lot to me right there. But yeah, the core values of this company and where we're moving forward is just so huge, and it's moving so quickly that we're innovating faster than I've ever seen. It's incredible.
Awesome. So again, let's walk you through a little bit more of our model and what separates us from everything else, and everybody, else out there in the industry. And that's really the key. What we're doing something that no one in the world has ever done. We're doing something no one in the world is doing, and we're doing something where no one can catch us. We're so far ahead of the game. Jonathan? So, and one of the things that we believe so greatly in is our give back to the world. Again, we're a public benefit corporation. If it's not good for the world, we won't do it. We launched a program, our Powur Carbon Offset Program, which we offset 100% of the emissions from the manufacturing and the installation of any solar system. We offset planting trees and, again, contributing back to the world and making sure there's balance, economic, environmental, justice, and balance in everything that we do. A wise man once said that if you want to change things, don't try and fight the existing reality. Build a new model. That's what the world's doing right now. We're trying to build a new model for the world, for people, for culture, and certainly for power. And we're a part of that. And we believe that the individual seller is the most important part. And they've always gotten the short end. The customer has to have a great deal. That's what this is all about. We're a solar company. We're the fastest growing solar company in the United States of America. We'll be in the top 10 in the next few months, if not today. There was one of the top people in the solar industry that was on one of our Zooms last week and said we were now in the top 1% of solar companies in the United States from their seat. So, but we believe that if you join our company, the person that's selling solar, putting their time out there, is the most important part of the model. And we're gonna show you everything, be completely transparent, and pay you more than anybody else in the world for what you do. So, in the old model of solar, the best you could do is take a job for a company. And maybe you got really good and you cut a deal with a company. The commissions are always smaller than what we give. There's really no support. The income is not passive. It's not residual. It's a job. You're trading your time for dollars. There's no equity. There's no ownership. There's nothing scalable about it. In our model, you sell for yourself. We have the most lucrative seller commissions in the industry. We have daily bilingual training and support. And everything about this, like Melissa just said, earning stock options while she's camping, earning equity and the technology. So Melissa, if you could just take a moment and talk about, what you've seen in the, you talk to a lot of solar pros. We're going to meet one of them in a minute. You talk to a lot of people and other businesses. And, if you could just speak for a moment about what's the difference, how much better deal they get when they come from whatever they're doing and come to Powur.
Well, pretty much every single person that looks at our compensation plan and the transparent cost of goods model to where they can build that profit up, they're blown away. I have reps joining my organization from huge solar companies saying, Melissa, I would have made, quote, this is for real, $1.2 million extra last year if I would have ran these through Powur. Like, they're blown away with how much hidden costs there were. And they're just blown away with our transparent cost of goods model to see how much more lucrative it is with Powur. And then that they're not only that, they're able to save their homeowners a lot more. So they're really being able to be super competitive with their bids, but then making more for their family. And to me, that just means the world to me to get to see them in action, looking at our solo proposals and then watching their eyes for the first time totally light up with like, what? I didn't realize that was the actual cost. I could be making so much more money. And it's just, it's a model that no one's ever seen. And I'm excited to get to actually literally watch faces as they're looking at our proposals in real time, looking at that transparent cost of goods model.
Very cool. Okay. So, here's really my favorite part. And you, John, you can put the whole screen up there. What I ask people to do, if you're a guest here tonight, put yourself in the middle of an imaginary circle and draw a circle around your life. And if you think about what you do every day, you communicate on a cellular platform, not the old house phone, right? You probably communicate through Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram. There's your communication. If you're shopping, there's a good chance you're going to Costco for food because Costco's built a better model than the food stores. Almost anything you're buying under the sun, no pun intended, is coming to you from Amazon today, from an online platform. If you're getting in a car, you're not taking a taxi, you're going in Uber or Lyft. If you're doing a real estate transaction, it's probably through EXP, who changed the entire real estate industry. You'll meet someone from there in a moment. If you're traveling, you're probably going to Airbnb as well. So again, just from a really simple perspective, if in your life, if you draw a circle around your life and communication, transportation, travel, real estate, any retail purchase you're making is Amazon, and food, Costco, and things like that. If an online model, a platform, has changed every facet of America and the world's daily lives, then what rational thinking human being, much less entrepreneur, would not think that a platform economy will change solar and renewable energy? And if you connect the dots, the experts predict that solar and renewable energy is the greatest and perhaps the most important shift of wealth in the history of man and womankind. So if it's the biggest wealth shift in history, and we know that a platform economy is going to shift it, and we're the only ones in the world doing it, and we're 5 years and $10 million in, and we're profitable, we're a $100 million company with everything we discussed so far, that's why, in my opinion, you should seriously think about why you should join Powur. It just makes sense. So I want to bring on a gentleman. Melissa, thank you so much for everything you do, for being a part of our Powur. Melissa also answers another question before we go. Melissa, some people think they have to be in one of our main markets, California, Texas, Florida, one of the main markets. Can you just take 30 seconds before we split and talk about where you live and how you run your business in a lifestyle of freedom from a rather remote location?
I live in the mountains of North Idaho, and I truly believe with all of my heart and soul that I want to have location freedom and leave an impact. And I'm beyond thankful that I found Powur, because I live in a non-solar market, and I just got done backpacking. And like I said, I got stock options while I was out there. This morning, we've already closed 5 deals, and you can do anything if you understand how to use technology and use the resources. And the great thing is Powur has all the resources to reach all of the key markets without ever having to actually be in those key markets. So it's pretty amazing. I'm very excited about it.
Very cool. Melissa, thank you for everything you do. Thank you for being who you are, and thank you for contributing to everything that you do to our company, the organization you're building, the solar sales you're doing. We just thank you. I want to take a moment now and bring on our next speaker. This is a gentleman who I met on LinkedIn, the power of social media. We've had a chance to build a business relationship and a friendship. Jonathan Brunasso represents the very best in solar. He's a professional solar salesperson. He is also a professional real estate. Again, the best of the best. And Jonathan has brought his skill sets to our company. He has quickly become one of the top performers in our company. a true leader in our company. And the care that he gives to his customers, when you watch his posts on Facebook, how his customers feel about the installations that he does, the personal care that he gives them, the attention to detail, and that's why he gets so many referrals. This is a gentleman that's postured to make $1 million next year on our platform, taking a leadership role, transitioning from a major solar company. I want to bring Jonathan Brunasso onto the Zoom so he can walk you through the rest of the Powur model. Jonathan, you have the ball, my friend.
Thank you so much, Bobby. I appreciate that. Your checks in the mail. I appreciate that a lot. Hey guys, yeah, and I'm just excited to be here. Thanks, Melissa. You're a rock star. And, you know, I just got off the phone earlier with Victoria, one of the best project coordinators, and we're looking at this check for like 14K commission for a second system. And we're just like scratching our heads, and I'm just in awe, like, this is insane. This is a better deal than my last company. This is an awesome product, better warranties, better rebate, 10-year 2.49. And I'm like, how the heck am I making almost $1,000 at KW? So it's exciting, guys. And you know, the potential is here. There's no better time. There's only 2 million homes out of 130 million that have solar. Over 90 million qualify for zero down, you know, solar owner occupied in America. So as more states open up, as costs go down, as utility rates rise, there's just that inverse relationship for more money, more savings, more environmental impact. And it's just a really exciting time. So some of the reasons why solar is so popular right now, it's immediate savings, or at the very least, it's a bill swap with control and fixed costs and clean energy, right? It's going to help add value, 3, 4, 5, 6% of home value added, fixing your energy costs, helping the environment. And we all know utility rates are rising rather rapidly in some states more than others. So let's get down to one of the big reasons why we're all here. What do the cost of goods look like? Some states are lower, some states are a tad higher, but this is in California, where I sell mostly, where Powur is the general contractor. So the cost of goods is somewhere around $1.75. I've actually seen a few pennies less. But if I'm going to sell a 10 kW, that means the cost is $17,500. I'm going to sell it at $3.50, about average-ish, a little bit less than some of the major national players. There's going to be some adders, maybe an electrical panel, maybe a dealer fee. We're financing this thing. And that means the revenue or the margin is $10,500. 35K minus 7K minus 17,500. So the margin's 10.5. Like Bobby said earlier, we make 70% of that because the consultant is the most important besides the customer in this business model, in this online platform. That's a commission check, guys, of $7,350, which is approximately the average now that the costs have really gone down. Powur does keep 30%, which is $3,150, but they're going to give half of this back to us, which I'll explain in just a moment. Powur does need to keep a minimum of $1,500 if you really have to get aggressive and steal some business from other companies. I call this the Powur Promise. Since 2014, Powur has partnered with successful solar companies, licensed, and done thousands of installations across the country. Our warranties, our standard warranties, the panels generally come with a 25-year linear power output warranty. There's 12 to 25 years manufacturer's warranties on the inverter. And at the very least, we're going to give pretty much industry standard 10 years workmanship warranty and a 5-year watertight roof penetration warranty as well. I always make sure to show this with every customer that I help. But it gets better. We now have added Solar Insure, a 30-year extended coverage through an A-plus backed insurance company, Solar Insure, giving our customers 30 years end-to-end, right? No deductibles, parts and labor on the solar panels and on the inverter. Nobody does labor usually after 10 years or 15 or even 25. So this is 30 years, end-to-end coverage. It is transferable, and it's literally hundreds of dollars to add this on to a project. So it's very inexpensive, and this really differentiates us from the competition. Like Melissa was saying, once we give them a better price, a better warranty, a bigger rebate, and a better interest rate, I mean, why shop anywhere else? You'll be able to win over any proposal. So Powur is an awesome solar company. We're here to install solar. Another thing we're here to do is tell other people that we sell solar and that we work for an awesome company. So if you bring someone into Powur, you tell them about Powur, build them into your organization. I think I'm about 160 people in my organization, 6 levels now. You will earn 20% of what Powur keeps off of that deal. Bring someone in, they close a deal, you're making passive income. You'll wake up on a Wednesday morning and have a nice check in your wallet. And that doesn't come out of, our commission. That comes out of what Powur keeps, right? A lot of companies are 80, 20, 70, 30, very common, but they don't give it back to the people in the company. So it is multiple levels, up to 6 levels deep. We'll see an example of what this means. And it does come from the 30% that Powur is keeping, minimum $1,500. So let's look at that example. You tell one person to join Powur. Maybe it's a realtor, roofer, HVAC, alarm system. Maybe it's a solar pro. They install one deal. You're making $550 on average when you wake up on Wednesday. That usually has to be $300. It generally is $600, $700, $800, depending on the deal. Now, if you're able to bring in 5 people personally yourself, you gave them your unique join link and they join, then you can qualify to make 2 levels deep passive residual income. You told someone and they brought in someone because they're excited. When that person closes a deal, you'll make on average $275. And it just keeps going. If you can bring in 10 personally frontline, 20 personally frontline, 30 personally frontline, you'll receive passive income, and finally 40 personally on your front line. So, I say 5 and 10, really, that's the magic number there, 20%, 10%. I just told a guy that works for Verizon Wireless, looking for some side income right now, right? COVID's hurting everybody, guys. We know that. Guess what? Every customer he's talking to, hey, how's your electric bill? And he already signed up somebody else. Like, people are hungry, like Bobby always says, they're looking for side income right now with what we're going through. My HVAC here was yesterday fixing my AC, Bobby. He became an ambassador. He went to my brother's house to fix his HVAC. He started pitching him on solar. My brother's like, wait, my brother does solar. So, sorry, I get excited. So there's a mentor program, and it's 50-50 split. So anyone that joins Powur, even if they're a solar pro like myself, you do have to do one deal with a mentor, 50-50. You're going to see their slide deck, their presentation. They're going to help you with the back end, get your system set up, maybe recommend some lead gen. They're going to teach you, utilize them. It's well worth the 50%. One deal if you're a solar pro. If you're not a solar pro, you have to do at least 3 deals, 50-50 split with a mentor. You'll learn the ropes, learn how to sell, and then you can sell on your own. The mentor program, though, is really unique, guys. I want you to think big picture. People will join under your organization, and they may be a realtor. They may be a lender, HVAC, roofer. They may never want to sell themselves, but they want to join for 50% of the commission and assign that lead to a qualified solar professional to close it. And a lot of people are looking for that right now. So just keep that in mind. The mentor program is an amazing asset, and you, if you want, can become a mentor as well after you sell 5 deals on your own. Melissa mentioned stock options earlier, right? Backpacking must be nice to take days off. So your first your first installation that you get with Powur, you'll get 100 stock options, and they'll send you an email certificate for that. And then if you get someone to join Powur on their first installation, you'll get 50 options. There are yearly performance goals and promotions coming out. 25 installs can earn you 1,000 stock options and 55,000. So when the company goes public, they'll also have discounted options as well. Training, man, if you guys go to Powur Calendar, you know, there's just daily live training. They really do it right. There's business overview videos. You don't have to do the homework. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. There's onboarding Tuesdays. There's new consultant launch Wednesdays. There's sales training Thursdays. There's Q&A Fridays. And we'll have some events coming up that we'll finish off this overview with you and tell you about. The technology, it has got better. Melissa and I can both agree every day in the last year and a half, it just keeps getting better every month, every other month. When I thought something wasn't available, and then it becomes available, and the costs I thought were good, and then they get better. So it's really neat. You know, this is part of the technology monthly package. Dynamic proposals, as many as you want. You'll have a designer design it. You can sign deals, DocuSign included. Everything's at your fingertips. Real-time signing documents, changing loans, removing and adding panels, changing your commission, changing the panels, and boom, DocuSign it. You could literally sign a deal in 10 minutes flat, 15 minutes tops, and you're off to a site survey. So we manage all that for you. You know, if you're a small business owner, you don't have to worry about payroll, equipment, ordering, taxes, insurance, none of that. It's all included and taken care of for you. I just had an 11-year solar professional, Paul Leon, one of the top in the industry I look up to. He just received 2 M1 milestones. So we pay him 2 milestones for commission. And he said, you know what, Powur, I give him an A+ for paying me on time. And they're paying him more than he thought. So great technology, and we sell across the country, right? So you can sell in any of those states in blue. We are the general contractor in a few states and going after a few more, which means we'll have more control, procuring equipment, overseeing the funds, and picking the best of the best installers. So a lot of different states here for you to sell in, and it doesn't matter where you live. If you want to sell remotely or build teams like Melissa, that's an amazing success story. We've had guys selling from Australia and building teams, I think, there as well. So coming into the home stretch, last few slides here, guys, you know, in recap, Powur gives us more flexibility, more options, more commissions than a lot of the rest of the industry. 70-30 split. Stock options, 6 levels of revenue sharing. Oh, goodness. And the costs for Powur, there is a $99 one-time onboarding fee, right? Take your training, get your digital wallet set up. You're going to have your own Pearl personal user website, your own solar website, your own landing page, your own join link, and you'll be able to request as many proposals as you want, getting access to one of the coolest platforms, I think, with our proposal tool, and it is $49 a month. So Bobby, as I hand it back over to you, you know, I did bring these up for you because I know you really well, and hopefully this is okay. But Monday night, guys, is a big event for us after you all enjoy a 4th of July weekend. We're going to have Sunlight Financial, one of the top lenders in the country, on our Monday next week business overview, giving us some insights and why they've decided to partner with one of the best, coolest nationwide solar companies. And then the weekend following, July 11th on Saturday, we have a Super Saturday event where we do business overview, where we do training, where we show you how to sell to the homeowner and give you some tips and tricks. And Charles Thompson, my mentor, who helps coach me usually leads that. And there'll be a few other leaders like Melissa at Gardo, who I'm constantly chasing to be number one. And myself will be on there as well. So make sure to check out those events, register for those events, let other people know about those events. And that's all I have. Bobby, are you still there?
I am here. So thank you, Jonathan. We really appreciate it. We're going to open up the chat bar. If you can open the chat bar back up. If somebody has any questions, they can put them in the chat bar. Our guests, the chat bar is for our guests only. That's what tonight's about, for you to be able to make a decision. Again, folks, I would ask you to consider, if you're a guest tonight, the timing of what we're doing. As an entrepreneur, it's almost impossible to find a company with a 5-year track record with $10 million invested, spending $100,000 a month for many years to design proprietary technology, with a board of directors that's raised billions in venture capital, with this type of management team, with thousands of people that have already joined our company, social proof, people making incomes that are scaling to 6 figures a month. And again, every week we have the top companies in the world, in the United States. LoanPal, the leading finance company. Sunlight, the second leading finance company. Titan, the number 1 rated installation company in the United States of America. Week after week after week, we bring our partners. LG was on a few weeks ago, $160 billion LG. These are the companies that are joining us, sponsoring our tours. So, again, it's hard to catch companies, at a moment in time like this. Do we have anything in the chat bar? I think we're still clear. Again, put a question in there if it's able. It's definitely open.